Welcome to Spotlight. I'm your host, Amitha. Join us weekly to get inspired by guests who will share their success stories. The COVID-19 pandemic lockdown has had a major impact not just on the physical health, but also on the mental health of many. However, there are not as many resources to tackle this issue as much as there has been a focus on the physical illness. Today, we have three guests who are part of the creative project Maya Illusion, which tackles this issue and draws public attention to it through art. And this project is premiering on 30th of April, 2021. Let's welcome to our show the team behind Maya Illusion. Hello, Deepa Mahanti, Olga Vovk, and Tristan Pinnock. So great to have you here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, great to meet you.
So Deepa, you have been on our show before, and I'm so grateful to have you back to talk about your current project, Maya Illusion. But for the benefit of our viewers, I'm going to turn to all of you in turn, maybe starting with Deepa. We'll go to Deepa, Olga, and then Tristan. If you could tell us a little bit about your backgrounds in general before you started working on Maya Illusion.
Absolutely. You want me to go first, Amitha?
Yes, Deepa.
Great. So first and foremost, thank you so much for having us. Sincerely a pleasure. Yes, I have been in your show previously and I've absolutely enjoyed it. So I am Deepa Mahanti and I manage two companies, Nikisa Incorporation, which is a media and a production house. And the second one is Maishan Incorporation, which is a non-for-profit. So we are the advocates of community and we develop different initiatives to be a part of the community and serve them. We are their, I would say, social servants. So here I am, I'm a creative person. So part of me is an author. I love stories that kind of relate to us in real lives, stories that are us, the stories that we want to kind of bring as voices in the community. So here I use my instrument of lighting, instrument of creation, instrument of imagination to bring the real stories to life. So this is what I do. This is both my profession as well as my passion. I'm a community ambassador, so I work in different peripherals in the region of Peel, including managing a non-for-profit for the community initiatives. COVID-19 has been very, very hard for us. So I go back down lane last year in March when we didn't know what to do. So there was a time when we were scrambling about sanitizers and masks. So our volunteer team put together from little children to the seniors sewing masks, and we were able to distribute over 3,000 masks, apart from the food security to our neighbors in need, including shelters, because we understood that a fabric could save someone's life. So knowing that there was a dearth of sanitizers, and though we wanted to meet and help our seniors in a building, as there were no wash stations, nor there were sanitizers. And so I myself had the liberty of calling pharmacies, groceries, big boxes to find them. I couldn't. So we had to call distilleries in Toronto and asking them to manufacture sanitizers for us. So the first batch of sanitizers came to Peel from some of the wineries based in Niagara. And that was served to the elders and the seniors in the building so that they could be helped from the outside. And this is how we came along. It has been a long journey and we still are amidst the pandemic. And we understand that apart from the physical health, mental health is on the rise. At this point in time, I had the opportunity of witnessing many who have undergone mental health and the plight and the helplessness. Along with them is the families who are in tremendous pain. How would you help somebody that are on the verge of so much pain and helplessness, and as a parent or a sibling or a child, all you know is that helplessness, and somehow have the pleasure, just to pray and feel that they come out of it. So, and these are all my first-hand situations. I have been very fortunate to actually see things happen. And so I am in one place where I see two folds, two sides of the table. As a creator, I thought that the only way you can bring the emotions, thought process, and the connection to people is through art. And this is how Maya came along.
Wow, so amazing. So, I mean, I've had firsthand experience, you being that community ambassador and doing so much. And so it's so great to hear that despite the pandemic, you have gone on with all the projects and just, do it in a different way, adjust to the times, but improvise. And we will hear about My Illusion in a little bit. And that's a very interesting project, how we have brought together different artistic digital platforms. But at this point, I'm going to turn to Olga and ask Olga to also tell us a little bit more about your background and how has the pandemic affected you then?
Hello, everybody. I'm very happy to be at this program. Thank you for inviting me. I'm a TV journalist from Ukraine, from Kiev. I have been working with documentaries and breakfast shows for more than 10 years. While working on documentaries, I had the privilege of interviewing such great world famous personas as Benjamin Netanyahu, Uri Geller, David Lynch. And when I came to Canada, I wanted to continue with storytelling. And I met really wonderful, interesting people here. And I was actually amazed by maybe a cultural thing or maybe a combination of cultures in Canada, because people are willing to give back unity. And that's what really amazed me. And I wanted to be a part of that. And I met by chance Deepa, and she invited me to join the team. I was very happy because mental health is such an important topic. And I had people like friends here in Canada who were facing this problem. I actually, I witnessed increase in problems with alcohol among youth. I saw how people are struggling, being stuck at home, not being able to see their families. And just for people who are extroverts, it's such a pain to be restricted, to be shut at homes. And I am a mother of a 4-year-old daughter, and it really broke my heart when she was asking, like, when will my gymnastic class open? Will it be open tomorrow or the day after tomorrow? How can you explain to a 4-year-old girl that, I don't know, it's been like closed for a year. And then when the playgrounds were closed. And, I was just telling that, the administration closed the playgrounds because of the virus. And she's like, what kind of virus? There is no virus at the gymnastic class.
Yeah, it is harder when it comes to children to try and explain, the world that they once knew, where you could really interact with everybody, is now so different. So we are so glad to have you, Olga, here in Canada with us and part of My Illusion, the team. And it, like Deepa was mentioning, you yourself have experienced firsthand what the pandemic has done, especially in terms of mental health. So we are going to come to the project in a bit, but at this point, let's turn to Tristan. And Tristan, tell us a little bit more about your background and tell us how the pandemic has affected you professionally and or personally.
So first off, thank you very much for having me today. So my actual background, this is my first time working in anything film related. Previously, my field of expertise is being a leadership coach. So being in the field of film, filmmaking, community service work, it's something very, it's a very different experience for me. So being able to be under the tutelage of somebody like Deepa, it's been a wonderful experience so far. As being the production manager for Nikki Star Inc. In terms of my experiences with the pandemic, for lack of a better word, I noticed that in my own life, things have taken a drastic turn. A lot of my sessions, a lot of my appointments I'm dealing with people in person. I'm used to the more interactive space. Having to adjust to this virtual setting has taken quite a toll on not only myself but my family, and a lot of my close peers. Because my parents are older and older, it adds an extra layer of fear. Obviously, we're all battling something that we all can't even see, but to now add in the fact that this is something that we are going to be dealing with for the foreseeable future. It's been a very enduring process, and over the last year, I've seen changes. I've seen changes among people that I've held very, very close, and you can just tell that the mental wear and tear, the unsurety, with things locking down and then opening back up. It's just been a very trying time, and I know for myself, I'm looking forward to the light at the end of the tunnel.
Very well said. So I can hear the common theme in what all three of you have said is that mental health aspect that has happened during the lockdown, which has become even more so during the lockdown. But the great thing is the three of you and your whole team have come together with a project that is going to shed light on it and how you can tackle that issue in this new day and age. So we're going to go towards Maya Illusion, but before that, it's time for a short break. Welcome back to Spotlight. We are talking to the team behind Maya Illusion, which will premiere on 30th April 2021. So we are so grateful to have heard the backgrounds that all three of you come from and how it is very relevant to the fact that the project that you have worked on you have drawn on from your personal experiences as well. Let's now turn to Deepa and ask you the first question. How did you think about Maya Illusion, and tell us about the interesting media and the mixed platforms that you used in this?
Thank you, Amitha. So Maya it's based on a true story. It's a true story of somebody I had the opportunity to meet, and I saw the struggles. And she has, at this point, she has her own life. She knows what she has gone through and how to manage. But at the same time, she wanted to share her story, but the only condition was that she still is not very confident to come up with her own real name. And that she hopes that through her story, we can enlighten people about the journeys and the struggles people do have during the dark phase. And there is hope. There is hope to recovery. If you are purpose-driven, you have the will to compass it. There is hope at the light of the tunnel. There is hope that you can pursue your dreams. You can pursue your passion. You can pursue the love of your life. So this is a story, your real story. And she says that if I am able to do it, my story will inspire many on the crossroads of life. And it might be so that my story might also have some, can save lives. So many a time are in a situation where we feel, what if I told this to somebody? Or what if we could save a life? Or what if I was a support system? Or what if I was a friend, listen to, the person in distress? So these are all questions that we ask ourselves, but this happens after a certain, certain thing has happened that cannot be reversed. We hope that through this journey, through this media art, not only we create awareness, we kind of summon together as one camaraderie, pledge that we are supporting each other and we stand united. So this is a story that would relate to each and every one of us. And we must have at some time had the, I would say, an opportunity to feel what it means to be in certain distress or stress. So that's the story, Maya, and I won't give it more because I want you to see
Absolutely.
it. So what we did is it's called a new media art. The reason I say that, because the fusion is a cross genre of and shots. So we put it together because we feel that we need to listen. Listening is a skill, and sometimes with our busy schedules, we forget to listen to each other. And listening, perhaps, we might be able to understand each other and be a strong support system of each other. And that is the very reason I thought of putting together a book. And they say that voice, when we communicate, as we are doing right now, Amitha, we understand each other, we listen to each other, and it kind of resonates emotionally. So that was basically the intention of putting an audio book together. And then obviously Senses is definitely, I would say 3 times enticed when we see something visual. So this is how a short came into existence. So I call this as a new media art, which is a fusion of both a audio book and a silent film.
Amazing. That's a wow. I mean, that would be the first for me. And it's very interesting. So yes, audience, we have got a glimpse of what you can expect, but it's already sounding very enticing. I'm going to turn to Tristan as a production manager and tell us a bit about your experience on this project.
So when Deepa first proposed the idea to me about Maya and how she was styling the actual film, it really caught my attention because it came off to me like a twofold approach, in the sense of, yes, this is something that is completely new in being partially audiobook and then switching film format, but her styling was very unique, because when you think of mental health, you think of stigma, you think of a very broad scope, you think of something that can't be framed in 1 or 2 words or in a sentence. What she decided to do with the actual project, taking the silence that we normally associate with it and exasperating it, but through this silence, you don't need words to get a point across. The old saying, a picture speaks 1,000 words, and in this case, Deepa's film, this new media arts project, it speaks 1,000,000. It's something that, as we've all mentioned, is something that we've never seen before. And as I kind of saw this grow from just a small seed into the platform that we have today, going into April 30th, it's been an amazing experience. I know, of course, I'm the production manager, so it would be thought I'd be slated to say something like that. But speaking as an objective person, as a viewer, as a person who understands mental health as a human being, I was moved by this. This was something that I feel like needs to be seen. Mental health isn't go on.
It sounds like it's genuine. I mean, each one of you, it sounds like it's you put your heart and soul to it, because it's something that every person goes through, especially in this COVID pandemic era. And it's so great for you to open up that conversation for everybody who fears to bring it to the forefront, even though they're suffering from it. So Olga, I'm going to turn to you. How about your experience on My Illusion?
My experience has been that while working on the project, I had the privilege to interview the crew, and each of them shared a little bit, a piece of heart that they put into this project. What I've found out is that usually mental health is associated with shame. That people think that if you have mental health problems, you kind of, already have, you're associated with some kind of clinical problems. But that's much more to this than, hard clinical cases. It can start with a small depression, or even not a depression, but just, a pain in your heart. And if you're ashamed, you're not able to get help on time. And that's the biggest problem, because so many problems could be avoided if people were a little bit more open, and they were not frightened to open up with their friend or with somebody. And that's why this project is so significant, because one member of the crew shared that he felt so lonely as a student, just arriving in Canada. Within 2 months, everything shut down. He doesn't have friends. He doesn't have anything. He's shut down in a room, with no possibility to go. What should this person do in this situation? So our project gives a way out, and just encouraging people to speak up and get help when they need. And then we will have so much fewer those clinical cases at the end.
Amazing. I mean, it's commendable. The whole team is bringing to light a topic of, I would say, of stigma that has a stigma associated with it. And we are going to make it less of a topic of taboo, less stigma associated with it, when we have great teams like yourself bringing us projects like My Illusion. So it is great now that our audience can also get to view this on 30th of April, 2021. We're going to find out how we can do so. But before that, it's time for a short break. Welcome back to Spotlight. We are talking to the team behind the creative project, My Illusion. So I'm already excited about My Illusion premiering on 30th of April, 2021. I'd ask one of you to probably provide our audience with details as to how they can register and watch this amazing project.
Well, we have posted our links on social medias, and all you have to do is click onto the link and register. This is a free event. It has been funded by the Mississauga Arts Council. So we really want as many people registered so that, we can watch the project with you. And then I will have Tristan speak a little bit about how they can register, and, what happens once they register, and how, they can, be at the event.
Thank you, Deepa. So to register, and it is going to be held through the online virtual platform called Hopin. That is HOPIN, hopin.com. And if you go to that site, you will be able to find in the search bar, you will be able to look up a My Illusion as one of the published events. As well, from our nikisar.inc Instagram page, as well as my LinkedIn page, Tristan Pinnock, you will find a link for registration. The registration has been open since April 5th, and it will close as of April 25th. Again, that is Sunday, April 25th. So please register beforehand, as there are a finite amount of tickets for this event. I encourage everybody who is in attendance, who is already registered, please spread the word, share it. This is something that you will not want to miss.
Amazing. Well, I'm picking up my phone right now and registering. So all of our viewers, you should do the same. Well, it's been a great pleasure talking to the entire team today about the project, a very interesting project, how it has come together so well. So now we are excited to see the final product. But as we sign off today, I'm going to turn to each of you. If you had, a word or two of anything that you'd like to leave our audience with. This time I'm going to start with Olga.
Well, I would like to encourage everybody just to register and share the link, because you perhaps don't know, but maybe your neighbor or your friend is going through the difficult situation and they're not open about that. And just by sharing this link, perhaps we can save somebody's life. So just let's do this. Let's share.
Tristan?
To piggyback off of Olga, one mention, it makes a difference. Maya should not be judged as solely a film or media arts project. It should be seen as a vessel to making statements about the mental health experience and the silent battle that people face globally. I encourage everybody to come out and watch this film.
And Deepa?
Just a sentence. Don't get stuck. Keep moving. That's all I can say at this point. And this is why we have got you this project for you to see straight down your homes to your phones and computers. And I would ask people to remember this, even in this is pandemic as I speak. Don't get stuck, keep moving.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Deepa. Thank you, Tristan. Thank you, Olga, for being with us today. We look forward to 30th of April. We wish
Thank
you all the
very
best.
much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. So that was the team behind Maya Illusion. Let's support them on 30th of April, 2021 at the premiere. Well, that's a wrap for this week's show. Thank you for watching us. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and write to us at spotlight@ethnicchannels.com. Until next week, this is Amitha signing off, encouraging you to be vigilant about your mental health.